Dear learners, I am Dr. Arvind Kumar Yadav, Assistant Professor and HOD in Government PG College, Badalpur. Today I am going to discuss your next chapter, that is financial statements with adjustments. So, dear learners, first you have to need what are the need of the accounting adjustments. First need is to know the correct net profit or net loss of the business for an accounting year. The second need is to know the correct financial position of the business. Third need is to record the expenses which have become due, but have not been paid. Next need is to record the expenses which have been paid in advance for future years. And the last need is to provide for depreciation on fixed assets. These are some needs why we prepare final accounts. The next is types of adjustments. Dear learners, you will study the following common adjustments in this lesson. First adjustment is outstanding expenses. Second adjustment is prepaid expenses. Third adjustment is closing stock, and fourth adjustment is depreciation. Only these 4 adjustments you have to study in this chapter. So, shall we start from outstanding expenses. An expense which relates to the current year, but has not been paid till the end of the accounting year is known as outstanding expenses. Factory rent, wages, salaries, office rent, telephone charges, etc. for current year may not have been paid till the end of the accounting year. Accounting treatment for outstanding wages. Let us take one example. Suppose in the books of accounts of Mr. X showed that wages paid during the year 2011 to 12 rupees 45,000. Then the adjustment entry will be wages account debit to wages outstanding account. That means, your wages will increased by rupees 5,000 and your outstanding wages, that is a liability which has to be paid in future by the proprietor. Next, the accounting treatment in trading account or balance sheet. In trading account of Mr. X, in the debit side we write first wages, that is 45,000. After that we add outstanding wages, that is rupees 5,000. The total will be 50,000. In balance sheet of Mr. X, because this is the liability we have to pay in future. So, that creates wages outstanding as a liability. Next adjustment is prepaid expenses. This is the opposite of outstanding expenses. Sometimes a part of the expenses given in the trial balance may relate to future years. Such part of expenses is known as prepaid expenses or expenses paid in advance. Out of the salaries paid during the current year, a part may relate to next accounting year. Similarly, factory rent, wages, office rent, insurance premium, taxes, etc. may be prepaid in some cases. Now, the accounting treatment of prepaid expenses in the books of Mr. X. Let us take another example. The books of accounts of Mr. X showed the following. This is very important. Total salaries paid during the accounting year for 2011-12 rupees 2 lakh, out of which 25,000 relates to the next accounting year, that is 12-13. Now, the accounting treatment. First we will tell you about the adjustment entry for prepaid expenses. The entry will be prepaid salaries account debit to salaries account. Why this entry has been made? Because salaries should be deducted, because this is not related to this year, and prepaid salaries account debit, that means an asset is created. Effect of financial statement. What is the effect of these prepaid expenses on the financial statements? Dear learners, because our total salary is 2 lakh, but 25,000 is prepaid salary. So, we deduct 25,000 from this amount and the net amount from belongs to this year, that is 1,75,000. And in balance sheet we write, because this is our asset, this belongs to next year, that means prepaid salaries written in asset side rupees 25,000. So, this is the accounting treatment and effect on financial accounting of prepaid expenses. Next is closing stock. Closing stock is the stock of goods which remains unsold at the end of the accounting year. This item is normally not shown inside the trial balance. It appears outside the trial balance as additional information. This is the accounting entry, adjustment entry of closing stock. You seen that closing stock account debit to trading account. Suppose a company has a closing stock of rupees 30,000, then this entry will be done. Closing stock account debit to trading account and rupees is 30,000. What is the effect of this entry? See the trading account. In trading account and credit side of trading account, we write by closing stock, because this is the adjustment of this closing stock, and the another adjustment, that is in the balance sheet. In balance sheet, rupees 30,000 of closing stock, this is our asset, and because of that we write in the balance sheet of particular company. But one important point, if closing stock is given inside the trial balance, the above mentioned adjustment entry will not be passed and the closing stock will not be shown on the credit side of trading account. The closing stock will be shown on the asset side of balance sheet, because all the adjustment that will given in the end of the trial balance, those adjustment we will show double side, but if that is given in trial balance, that means that is not adjustment. So, you will show only one side and closing stock will be the asset side of balance sheet only. So, dear learners, our last adjustment is depreciation of fixed assets. The value of fixed assets such as plant and machinery, building, furniture, computers, motor vehicles, etc., goes on decreasing or reduced every year due to their use, wear and tear. This decrease in the value of asset is called depreciation. Depreciation is an expense like any other expense of the business. Depreciation on various assets is shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. The amount of depreciation on fixed assets is deducted from the concerned or related asset on the asset side of balance sheet. Accounting treatment of depreciation. For example, the books of accounts of Mr. X showed the following. The value of plant and machinery is rupees 5 lakh. This is the value of plant and machinery as on 31st March 2012, and the value of furniture is rupees 50,000 as on 31st March 2012. These are the balances. Depreciation is to be charged on these assets at the rate of 10% per annum. This is the rate of depreciation which will charge for the whole year at the rate of 10%. The accounting treatment of depreciation in the financial statement of Mr. X. So, first you have to calculate the amount of depreciation. If the value of plant and machinery is rupees 5 lakh and rate of depreciation is 10% per annum, that means the depreciation on plant and machinery is rupees 50,000. Similarly, the value of furniture is rupees 50,000 and the rate of depreciation is 10%. That means the depreciation value of furniture, that is 5,000, 50,000 into 10%, 5,000. The accounting treatment, we will pass one adjustment entry, that is depreciation account debit to plant and machinery account to furniture account. As I told you, the total depreciation on plant and machinery is rupees 50,000 and total depreciation on furniture, that is 5,000. So, that means total depreciation is rupees 55,000. So, we debited depreciation account 50,000 and credited plant and machinery account by rupees 50,000 and furniture by rupees 5,000. So, dear learners, after adjustment entry of depreciation, we will discuss the effect of financial statement of depreciation. Total depreciation, that is 50,000 on plant and machinery, we calculate earlier, and 5,000 for furniture. So, total depreciation is 55,000. This is an indirect expenses. So, we will show these expenses in profit and loss account, and because of expenses, this is shown in debit side. And the next adjustment is in balance sheet. The book value of plant and machinery is rupees 5 lakh. So, we deduct depreciation amount 50,000 from it, and the net value is 4 lakh 50,000. This is very easy adjustments, and these are very important while we prepare the financial accounting. Okay. After this, let us take one full example, and by this you will be read and understand how final accounts with adjustments have been prepared. Let us take one example, and you will understand very well. From the following trial balances, dear learners, you will give trial balance in your exams of Messrs Kaushal Traders prepared trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2012, and the balance sheet as on that date. So, dear learners, there are various debit balances and credit balances in the trial balance. First of all, you have to check the total of debit side and credit side, that will be equal. In this question, we see that the total of debit side is 2,94,000 and the total of credit side is 2,94,000. After that, you have to take one side, either debit side or credit side. First, we will take debit side. In the debit side, you see the various expenses and the assets. So, first you have to segregate what are the expenses in this question and what are the assets. And after that, expenses, because there are two types of expenses, one is direct expenses and another is indirect expenses. Direct expenses will be shown in the trading account, that we will told you earlier in previous chapter, and indirect expenses, those will be shown in profit and loss account, and the assets, those will be shown in balance sheet. So, first is opening stock, that is 16,000. Opening stock is our is gone in trading account, because this is a direct expenses. Second one is purchases. Purchase is also written in trading account. Next one is sales return. Sales return, that will be deducted from sale. You see that sale given in credit side of trial balance, that is 2 lakh, and the return amount is 5,000. So, when we prepare trading account, we will deduct rupees 5,000 from the sale of total 2 lakh. Next is carriage inward. There are two types of carriage you will found in the questions. One is carriage inward and the other is carriage outward. Carriage inward, that is our direct expenses, that will shown in the trading account, and carriage outward, that is indirect expenses, that will shown in profit and loss account. Okay. Next is plant and machinery. Plant and machinery, this is asset. So, that is written in the balance sheet. Next is furniture and fixtures, this is also an asset. Freehold property, this is also asset. Cash in hand, this is also asset. So, there are 4 assets: plant and machinery, furniture and fixtures, freehold property, cash in hand. Next is carriage outward. I told earlier, carriage outward is indirect expenses. So, that will shown in the profit and loss account. Next is wages. Wages is directly related to production. So, this is direct expenses and that will written in trading account. Next is salaries. Salaries rupees 800. Salaries is our indirect expenses. So, the salary will be shown in profit and loss account. Next is lighting. Lighting, you seen that in bracket there is also a word written, that is factory, that means factory lighting. If factory lighting, then that will be shown in trading account. If lighting related to office, that will be shown in profit and loss account. So, this lighting factory is shown in trading account. Next is sundry debtors. Sundry debtors means customers, and your customers are your asset. So, this is shown in the asset side of balance sheet. Next is travelling expenses. Travelling expenses is our not direct expenses, this is indirect expenses. So, that will shown in profit and loss account. Next is rent and taxes. Rent and taxes also our indirect expenses. So, that will also shown in profit and loss account. Drawings. Drawings is the amount withdrawn by the proprietor. So, that will deduct from capital. Capital is rupees 80,000, that will introduced by proprietor, and he withdraws rupees 5,000. That means, when we prepare balance sheet, then we deduct this amount from capital. Next is insurance. Insurance is our indirect expenses. So, that will shown in the profit and loss account. And last expenses is general expenses, that is 12,200. General expenses is also our indirect expenses. So, that expenses will be shown in profit and loss account. So, dear learners, we study all the debit balances, and now you understand well where these amounts, these particular expenses or assets will be shown. Let us take some credit balances. Credit balance first is capital. Capital is a liability for a firm or business. So, that will shown in the liability side. Sales is the income. So, we will show sales in trading account, because this relates to direct income. Purchase return will be deducted from purchases. Purchase is total purchase is 75,000, and we will return the amount of rupees of the goods of 2,000. That means, net purchase is rupees 75,000 minus 2,000, that is 73,000. Next is discount. Discount, you have received discount, that means, that this is indirect income, and indirect income, all indirect income shown in the profit and loss account, credit side of profit and loss account. Next is sundry creditors. Sundry creditors means your from whom you purchase the goods, this is liability for the firm. So, this amount will be shown in the liability side. Similarly, bills payable, this is also liability. So, when we solve the question, first we have to study all the items clearly. Next, we study some adjustments. So, dear learners, here are 4 adjustments in your question. First is stock. Stock on 31st March 2012 was valued at rupees 38,000. Market value rupees 20,000. There is a rule for stock: cost price or valuation or market value, whichever is less. So, our stock will be valued at rupees 20,000. Next is wages. Next adjustment is wages amounting to rupees 2,000 and salaries amounting to rupees 1,500 are outstanding. So, this is outstanding, and outstanding means we will add rupees 2,000 to wages and 1,500 to salaries and rupees 3,500. This is liability, because outstanding create liability. So, the total amount of rupees 3,500 we will shown in the liability side of balance sheet. Next is prepaid insurance amounted to rupees 150. If something is prepaid, that means that will be deducted from insurance. So, 150 will be deducted from insurance, and prepaid insurance of rupees 150 is our asset. And last adjustment is provide depreciation on plant and machinery at 5% and on furniture and fixtures at 10%. So, as I told you in adjustments, first we have to calculate the depreciation amount. What is the value of plant and machinery, and thereafter we will take the depreciation at the rate of 5% and total furniture, what is the value of furniture, and the rate of depreciation is 10%. So, dear learners, after that you will see the solution of this. First, we will prepare trading and profit and loss account. Trading and profit and loss account will start from trading account. So, first we will prepare trading account, and after that we will prepare profit and loss account, and our last is that is balance sheet. So, dear learners, trading and profit and loss account, there are 4 columns of this. Debit side, the column is particulars and amount, and credit side particulars and amount. First you have to return to opening stock, that is given in 16,000. Next, to purchases, total value of purchase is 75,000, and we told you earlier that the total returns is 2,000. So, we deduct from 2,000, that is 73,000. Next is carriage inward. Carriage inward will be written in trading account and carriage outward will be written in profit and loss account. So, the carriage inward of is rupees 1500. Next is wages. Wages is rupees 3000, and I will tell you when I discuss adjustment, that total outstanding wages is 2000. So, add wages rupees 2000. So, the total wages is 32,000. Outstanding means we have to pay. We have to pay means 30,000 we have already paid and rupees 2,000, that is balance. So, our total amount is 32,000, that is written here 32,000. Next is factory lighting, because in bracket we have in the question given that word factory, that means this belongs to trading account, and you return as factory lighting rupees 800. Now, you will go to credit side, and our total sale is rupees 2 lakh and the return is rupees 5,000. So, the net sale is rupees 1,95,000. Next is closing stock. Closing stock, I told you that market price or cost whichever is less, and 20,000 and 38,000. So, the less amount is 20,000. So, we return 20,000 as closing stock. Now, we will total of, because credit side is greater. So, credit side is greater, then we will total of the credit side is 2,15,000, that will return in the debit side also, and after that you will deduct all the expenses 16,000, 73,000, 1,500, 32,000 and 800 from this. So, you will get gross profit of rupees 91,700. Next is our profit and loss account. This is prepare with trading account. This starts from gross profit. Gross profit we will calculate from trading account, that is 91,700. After that, all indirect expenses will be written here. So, you see that first is to carriage outward. Carriage outward is rupees 400. Next is salaries. Salary is 18,000, and one adjustment is here, outstanding salary is 1,500. So, the total salaries is rupees 19,500. Next is travelling expenses. Travelling expenses 1,200, rent and taxes, that is 4,800, to insurance 450, and dear learners, there is an adjustment that prepaid insurance is rupees 150. So, we will deduct this amount from total amount of insurance, that is 450, the final amount of insurance is 300. Next is general expenses. This is also indirect expenses. So, 12,200 will be written here. After that, there is adjustment for depreciation. So, the cost of plant and machinery is rupees 20,000, and the value of depreciation, that is we calculated 2,000, and depreciation on furniture and fixtures is rupees 500. Total depreciation is 2,500. One indirect income is also given in the question, that is discount. Total discount is rupees 500. So, that amount will be written in the credit side of profit and loss account, that is here by discount 500. Now, we have to see which total is greater, either debit side is greater or credit side is greater. If we see in the question that our credit side is 92,200. So, we return the total 92,200 here, and also we will write 92,200 here. Then we will deduct all the indirect expenses from this, and 51,300, this is our net profit. So, after trading and profit and loss account, we have to prepare balance sheet. Balance sheet is prepared at a particular date. So, we write as on 31st March 2012. Here is also 4 columns: liabilities amount, assets amount. This is our liability side, and this is our asset side. First, we will start from bills payable. Bills payable is given in the question is rupees 1,500. This is liability. So, we will shown in liability side. Second is sundry creditors, that is rupees 10,000, and outstanding expenses and outstanding salary. Dear learners, these are the adjustment, and adjustment are shown in the two sides. First adjustment we will done in the trading or profit and loss account, and the second adjustment is done here. 2000 outstanding wages we have to pay. So, this is liability, and outstanding salary, that is 1500, that will also be paid. Next is capital. Capital given in the question for capital 80,000. So, we will write here capital 80,000. After that, we will add net profit, that is 51,300, total is 1,31,000. Now, we will deduct from drawings, that is 5,000. So, the amount is 1,26,300. This is our liability side. Now, we will move to our asset side. In asset side, cash in hand is given rupees 5,000, sundry debtors is rupees 28,000. These are the assets, as I told you earlier, that will be transferred from trading account to here directly. Next is closing stock. Closing stock is our adjustment, because we will talk in this chapter about adjustment, and closing, the value of closing stock is given 38,000, that is market, but the market price of closing stock is 20,000. So, market price or cost, whichever is less, 20,000 is less. So, we will show on that 20,000 is closing stock. Next is prepaid insurance, this is also an adjustment 150. Next is furniture and fixture, this is our asset 5,000, and the value of depreciation is rupees 500. So, net amount is 4,500. Next is plant and machinery, that is 40,000, less depreciation rupees 2,000, value is 38,000. Last is freehold property, that is 45,650, total is 1,41,300. So, dear learners, in this chapter we try to tell you why these accounts will be prepared and what is the adjustment, because adjustment are very important for the question. If adjustment is not written in the both side, then your answer will be differ. So, dear learners, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. So, have a good day and bye.